Top of the morning to you, Lagos, Nigeria, wherever you are listening from. Morning, we appreciate you for being there. Those in Benin, Tina, Jigawa, Zambako, wherever you are listening from. Appreciate Israel, those in France, those in Netherlands, and Ghana. We appreciate you for joining us. It's a pleasure to know that you are tuned in to the One Talk Station, Nigeria Info. I'm Quadry. Now, we're not going to waste your time. Let's talk about Own a Home. The federal government has a program called the National Housing Program. We'll be talking about a particular program and how you can key in to take benefit of this opportunity to own a home in all the states of the Federation. Ajuri Ngelale, presidential aide, is joining the show this morning. Ajuri, a very lovely morning for joining the show this morning.
Good morning to you, Mother. Always a privilege to be with you. Good morning to our listeners.
Now, let's quickly jump on this conversation because I have 5 minutes to do this. What is the National Social Housing Program all about?
Very much. So you would recall, here in this country, we've always talked about housing program to get affordable housing to our people,
right.
But it simply has not materialized. In fact, in the history of this country, the largest and most ambitious social housing program is the one done by Chief Jakonde in this Republic. And that was 1,000 units. What we are doing is 100,000 houses. How it work is today, September 16th, we're launching the mass social housing web portal. That is www.shp.gov.ng. I'll just repeat it one more time. msap.gov.ng. On this website, you will see 2 categories of people who will be applying. The first category are those who are interested in own residential housing units, which will range from between 1.8 million naira and approximately 2.5 million naira, depending on whether you're going to purchase a 1-bedroom, a 2-bedroom, or a 3-bedroom. That's category 1. Category 2 is for those Nigerians who are interested in the construction process. The scheme is going to create 1.8 million jobs across the country. As you rightly mentioned, it's in all states of the Federation,
right,
as well as the FD.
Right.
So these individuals are going to be surveyors, carpenters, plumbers, architects, and all of the relevant experts who would be involved in the construction process. They can apply to be part of the cooperatives that we're forming of professionals who will be constructing these homes, and it's only for Nigerian professionals. There will be no foreign intervention or
Hold on, Ajuri. You go on. Let me quickly put this in. If you're wondering what Ajuri story, you can go to our Facebook page right where we're showing a video demonstration of everything Ajuri is talking about on our page right now where we're streaming. Nigeria Info 99.3. We go there, you'll be able to catch up on WhatsApp address. There you go, please.
Yeah, so you have the 2 categories. So if you want to be part of the construction process, but you're an artisan, you have the skills of carpentry of the professional kind of spears that I've named. Then you can apply. If you want to have one of the houses, then you can also apply as today. So that's number 1. 2 is this is all part of the economic stability plan rolled out in April, led by His Excellency Vice President. Recognize that one of the major challenges in this country has been affordability. It's one thing to construct a housing scheme or to have an estate. It's another thing to ensure that people can actually access these houses, because we know that generally speaking, and certainly in the era of COVID-19, people don't know how to the ground.
Right.
So what we have done is the system is that we're going to have a warehousing agent, essentially a financial institution.
Okay.
They're going to offer these constructed homes.
Okay.
Once they are now going to offer low interest, nearly zero interest, but they have a little bit of interest, 1-2% interest mortgage facilities tonight. So we are thinking for those in the middle income range, you're now looking at between 400 and 600 naira in a month. So it really ranges from minimum middle income Nigerians.
I wanted to trust. A lot of people believe that whatever they're getting out there, it's a way out to get to the common man. Again, we have an explainer video on everything we're talking about, showing on our Facebook and YouTube live streams right now. If you have any questions for Ajuri, drop your questions. Share your doubts with us, and we'll try to address it. All right. So Ajuri, a lot of people have doubts. Look, it's the federal government, it's the government. Right. People believe that politicians can give anything out for free without knowing it. How can people have trust that this will get to that minimum wage earner?
It's a great question, because there's no doubt we come from decades of suspicion and all of that, which is why we worked very hard to really ensure 2 things. One, right? So I'm talking of recent history.
Right.
And we said that we were going to have 500,000 young graduates employed on a scheme to earn skills to be paid every month, called Empower. People were skeptical, because before then, in the history of this country, there had been nothing like that. And so really, when we automated that process, we opened up the web portal, and people saw for themselves that they did not have a minister, a senator, a governor, or anything like that. Right. They were still able to successfully and gain the benefits of that particular plan during the contract period as agreed. For us, we are telling people, whether it's the home cooking program, whether it's the Empower scheme, whether it's cash transfer, all the trader money, farm money, affecting 5 million Nigerians, and Anchor program, and all the other programs that we have successfully implemented by use of technology, IC-based application processes. Right. We're saying that we have the track record to say this is going to work just as successfully. Now, with that said, it's also important to note that when we talk about the tendency of our politicians, that program, which is very, very real, and it should be counted, is we have shown that with the use of this web, by involving the private sector directly, we have done is basically say that, okay, you have to, you want to be a part of those who will buy the house. Right. And I'm saying that I am a minimum wage Nigerian, maybe I work in the law of the civil service, something like that. Right. You have to provide the evidence to back, similar to what we've just done with the survival fund now, where about 250,000 beneficiaries across 42,000 MSMEs benefiting from the payroll support money they will not have to pay back in the operations through COVID-19. It's the process through automation and automated application. Who don't know any politicians, they are benefiting. So it's going to work the same way. You have to provide evidence. So in the survival fund, you have to provide the list of your employees, showing that what you pay your employees on a month-to-month basis a period of time. This will work the same way, a minimum way, where you would have to say, look, the minimum wage, I'm working at this place, I can show 2 years, 3 years on my bank record to prove that I'm receiving this salary on time every single month or whatever the case may be. It's basis of that verifiable information that we will now determine eligibility and success of the application. There's no way for any big man pretend to try and corner these houses by securing as many as he can. All of that. That's a possibility based on the system that we have put forward. Also, putting the financing part of it in the hands of private sector. I'm talking of the offloading to Nigerian users. That is going to be given over to a warehousing that is not necessarily the federal of Nigeria.
Indeed. If you're wondering what website it is, it's www.nshp.gv.ng. Or just simply go to our live videos on Facebook and YouTube, Nigeria 9.3, and go see the explainer video for yourself on what this program is all about. Ajuri, quickly, 25 minutes, very small, but let me so there's a view of the NHF. We have Nigeria who are already contributing monthly to the National Housing Fund. What is called between NHF and this particular proportion at all?
Well, for us, this is not a part of this particular fund, this particular scheme, rather. This is being run independently of that. They're ensuring a few things. One, I think it's important to note, when people have said, look, there's 1,000 houses that we're talking about now, that's like a drop in the bucket, right? Millions of housing units deficitary, this isn't going to get that solved. And so what we want to ensure is that this is just phase one of a much more, but the key for us to prove our people that we can do it successfully. So the phase 300,000 halls across all states of the country is part of a 5-year, 1 million housing unit construction program. So we're still moving into making sure we're going to widen the impact as going on. And one of the focus points for us is also making sure that every time involved in this construction process, procured from Nigerians, nothing is going to be imported. For example, for the 300 housing phase one, we are going to bring in about 1.5 million to approximately 5 doors per house. Okay. With 1.8 million windows, 6 per house approximately, and about 7.8 hinges, just to deal with the to build this first.
Ajuri, sorry to butting. I'm sure that you have said that this is 100% local content.
Absolutely, local content.
I have people on Facebook and you and me. They do this, they do that. They know how they can, get jobs part of this program.
Exactly.